Hello and welcome. We are three brothers, two of the three at least, and today we're going to be talking about Nintendo Switch. So it got announced a couple days ago, so we've had time to think about it. We watched the trailer. And we're just going to kind of talk about it and see what first impressions. Go.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can agree, and we talked about it before. We made a video on our channel here a while ago now talking about like what we want Nintendo to do and how badly we want them to succeed. Right?
Yeah.
I can't remember what was the reasoning behind that video. I don't even
Oh, that was rumors of the NX.
That's it. Yeah. Rest in peace. We are now the Switch. NS.
I know. I actually kind of like that.
Yeah,
so
that's not bad.
So I like the NIS.
Yeah.
NS.
So regardless, my initial thoughts were, I was really looking for something, and I agree with the direction they went because I was looking for something that doesn't necessarily compete with the PS4 and Xbox One. Like, do we really need like a third console?
Gaming box.
And if you think about it, like back when like PlayStation and Nintendo were big, there wasn't, there was like Dreamcast. There was never a third one. We've never had like where all three are hitting on all cylinders, at least that I can think of. I mean, maybe, but even again, like when the Wii was popular, like,
and when Xbox dropped, we had GameCube and PS2.
Yeah.
But then after that, Nintendo started doing a different thing.
Yeah, and so for me, like when I first saw it, the concept of, mobile gaming, I talk about how, this is kind of what I feel like where mobile gaming needs to go.
Handheld.
Slash handheld. Yeah. You need the power behind it. Obviously, we don't see the specs yet, but we saw, games like Skyrim. We saw a beautiful, crazy excited, we'll talk about this probably more in the future, obviously. I think we have Mario 64-2/Sunshine somewhere in that
Some
aspect.
successor, yeah.
It looks unbelievable, and I love that they threw it in there for about 3-4 seconds, and then that was it.
Got two scenes.
Yeah, so like the idea of and we just figured this out while we rewatched it. I initially thought the whole concept was, you take the controllers apart, you put them onto the actual tablet portion of it that's in the docking station, and as soon as you do that, your game switches over. That's not the case. It doesn't switch over until you take it out, and if it works as correct as they're showing.
Now, this is where I believe it has to, because they showed it twice doing that, in the very beginning and the midway through the video. And I was like, why would they show that twice?
Which shows me they have confidence in that. And they're like, this is as advertised. And I truly believe, like, the one thing that I am kind of going to lean with, and this is probably what could get me, fanboyism towards it and what maybe I could let me down in the future. But Nintendo knows, I got to believe they know they've screwed up a couple times in the past. I got to think they need to be as honest as possible, and they know that. So I think everything we're seeing is what it is.
I agree.
And so, so I'm for it. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to hear about it more. I don't think we're going to hear anything more until about January.
Yeah, that's my prediction too.
So what were your thoughts?
Yeah, this is exactly what the leaks showed us for the most part. Definitely looks a lot different than most people thought it was going to.
Yeah.
I mean, people had some rough sketches of what it was going to be, and it turned out pretty close, but I like everything I see. It's sleek looking. It's nice looking. I love the logo. Not in love with the name. It's growing on me already, though, and it's only been, 4 days? Something like that.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. It's very you switch from on the couch to outside. That makes sense.
I mean, it's like the most literal name for a console
ever. I mean, I might have. I don't know what I would. I thought I was new Nintendo. That might have been cool, but they have the new 3DS and stuff. And I don't know. I'm starting to like it more. And the abbreviations for NS, I just feel like are really good.
I like
NS.
NS is really
cool.
NS is really great.
I've already seen that on forums like NS. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I see. It's showing me I'm so trying to get used to the Nintendo Switch that Kevin earlier today when we were getting ready to film our previous video, Red Dead Redemption 2, go check that out. He was just like, he's like, I actually have some thoughts on the NS, and I was just like, what's the NS? It didn't click in my head right away, and I'm like, oh, Nintendo Switch. I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. So I like that. I think it worked out.
All right, listen. So obviously, what people I'm already seeing on the forums, what they're addressing, they're like, okay, play Skyrim, but that's not enough power. It's not even power with these systems now, because Skyrim's a 5-year-old game. You can play those on almost any PC nowadays. So what is the draw to this? And I think you started hitting on it. We don't need another PS4, Xbox One.
No.
I mean, PCs, PC and Xbox seem to be coming closer together.
Mm-hmm.
So then you already have that. Why would you want to do the same thing everybody else is doing?
Yeah.
So, and everybody's like, this is such a gimmick. This is not a gimmick.
No, it's not.
This is innovation in my head. Like being able to play a full-fledged game on the go. I mean, you can do it with like the Vita and stuff, but it's not to this capacity at all. So I'm super excited about it. This is exactly what I need. So graphically, it doesn't need to have 4K. No. It doesn't need to do all this other crap.
All the people online, they're talking about how, like, you know, if this thing isn't 4K, it's a complete no. There's, I mean,
I like pretty games. Don't get me wrong, but that freaking Mario looked amazing, and that's probably even early development Mario.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Yeah. I'm keeping my fingers crossed here. You know, granted, I don't know if maybe leaks would have happened. I'm really hoping. I think it might be a release title. And that's the reason launch title. That's why it's, you know, coming out March. Get Zelda and Mario. Oh my god!
And then you most likely we're getting Splatoon and Mario Kart 8 remakes, which it would be awesome. The reason I didn't get into Splatoon, and I was thinking about buying it for us, is because you can only play one person on one system.
Yeah,
so there's no split screen.
Guys, just think about this too. What was one of your biggest concerns? Like, you know, you talk about the 4-player co-op. You want to be able to hang out in a room with everyone, play 4-player co-op games on one TV. Everyone's going to screen watch. Well, now you can all be in the same room playing the same multiplayer, same game, just on, you know, different chairs and couches. Like, I know. How crazy is that?
That's pretty cool. So things, obviously the battery life is going to be a big thing. Okay, so I've already heard rumors that they're like 3 to 4 hours, and some people are saying like that's not enough. And I first when I said, oh no, 3 or 4, like that's not enough. That really isn't. And then I started to really think, I was like, am I on the go and I'm playing? Do I have 3 hours to just sit there and game?
Yeah, and see, and
I was literally, I started thinking about that on my way home as I was coming back from work, and I was like, that's a long time.
Yeah, like you told me to kind of shush on this one, and my question, I guess, with this is,
I didn't want to know his opinion before we started the video.
Yeah,
that's why.
Which was smart. So good on you. My concern, I guess, would only be, and I told you, like, for me, ideally, if this thing can pull about 4 hours. I'm excited. Now, the part that I'm nervous about is typically when people talk about, you know, battery life outside of it, you're not less. Well, no, not even that. You're not even talking about just straight gameplay. It's just having it off the charger. And so,
gotcha.
So I want to know, like, how good is the standby time on this thing? So if I have the screen off, can I just kind of not have to worry about it, and it's not going to drain too much? So, because I mean, if that's the case, and I can get. Yeah, okay, people, you know, you're going to compare this thing to like a lot of the premium tablets out there that can get maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. If this can get me 3 to 4 hours, like if I can, you know, hop on a plane, go from here to California or something like that, which is just, you know, maybe a little over 3 hours, which, you know, while you're taking off and while you're landing, you're not playing anyways. If I could play like Mario Kart or something like that, or even like a Zelda game for the entirety of my trip from here to California.
Like, that's awesome.
Are you kidding me? Like,
and you know it's Nintendo. They're probably going to come up with some battery pack or something like that. Because every one of these little systems usually has some weird accessory like that.
I was totally thinking that what they should do, and this popped in my head like last night, is they should sell customized, because I'm sure you can get third-party battery packs, but to have a cute way of selling your own money, have like the Diddy Kong power pack, have the Bowser power pack, you know, all like your big characters.
Do you think there's going to be other colors? This is super random. I cut you off, but
no, it's okay. I honestly couldn't think of another one. Sorry.
Mario.
Well, no, but I was thinking like taking like your bigger characters. In the game,
gotcha.
Donkey battery pack,
yeah.
Donkey Kong, Bowser. Trying to
King Koopa.
Yeah, you could do King Koopa.
Wait, no. That's Bowser's name. I'm trying to think.
I know who you're talking about.
K. Rool or whatever.
Yeah.
King K. Rool.
Yeah. See, I don't think he's gonna be popular enough to, like, you know,
anymore.
Different colors. I'm
assuming they will eventually. But do you think? Yeah, I think they're gonna start with just this one model. I think there'll be 2 models. I bet you there will be a bundle with either Mario or Zelda if Mario's a launch title. And
curious question: if there was a Mario bundle and a Zelda bundle, what one would you get? If they both, like, literally, other than them, yeah, I guess that,
if it didn't change the system, I would just get whatever one.
I guess if one was like,
both,
let's say one system was like the controller itself actually had decals of like one or the other on it.
I think Zelda, because I have all my Wii stuff is Mario.
I think personally for me, I think out of the two, I think Zelda one would just look cooler. The Mario one would be more like, haha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess for me, like the biggest thing with the system, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would think the same way, is and girls. Yeah, sorry,
It's okay.
For me, I'm trying to think like the multiplayer aspect, the internet, like what they're going to offer. I want to see like what is the system going to,
Yeah, so this is where they can, if they don't have like trophy support, whatever it's going to be, that's missing a huge market. Nintendo's infrastructure online has never been good.
Yeah.
I don't care that they've already said that the Wii U and 3DS games will not be cross-platform.
Yeah.
Duh. Well, I guess the 3DS maybe because it had cartridges, but Wii U had discs. But they said not physical games. So maybe your DLC games can transfer over. Cool. I'm
cool.
okay. Backwards compatibility is not that big of a deal, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, we've always had virtual console stuff. If we have to pay again, whatever. I don't care. I mean, it sucks for people that don't have a lot of money. But I don't think that's a big issue. What's gonna come down to is infrastructure of their internet. Is it gonna be easy for me to be like, hey, be my friend instead of giving me this long code?
Yes.
Now the one part I didn't understand the video. One person had a switch right here. The other person had a switch right here, and they had two player, and it looked like they were playing together. Is there some like small network it creates?
I'm kind of wondering if maybe it's like Wi-Fi direct or Bluetooth, possibly.
Yeah, and now we heard rumors that there was going to be an HDMI dongle. I didn't see that anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't, and again, I'm sure there's maybe shots out there. I haven't seen any shots of like the back of the dock itself.
Yeah, we saw there's two USB ports. We
Yeah.
saw that, and we know that the wires come in from this direction, the HDMI and the power, just by quick analysis by us.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like
I'm confused by that. I don't know how this is set up a local server really quickly.
I got to assume it might just be like Wi-Fi direct or Bluetooth, which if that's the case, both very fast, and that's why you wouldn't see any stuttering or lag between the two.
Should be cool.
If you're able to like wirelessly connect from one to the other, I don't know, but I mean, if they both,
I mean, Nintendo already had that Nintendo Pass thing. When you walk by somebody with 3DS, you connect. So maybe it's just that really worked over well.
I can't emphasize it enough. Like, and I actually tweeted about this, just saying like they have this was the perfect way to introduce your system. They have a ton of momentum going for them right now. Keep this going. And I say keep this going, and then I say I don't think I'm going to hear anything till January, and I'm kind of, I'm kind of going back on that. But I wouldn't mind if they dropped a couple of creative hints from now till January. Maybe just like one or two little nitpicking things to just, keep our palate wet, keep us interested, keep us wanting more. And then when January hits,
I think they have their investor meeting coming up, and I think we usually get something really small. Like I think I don't know what show I was watching. But I think during the investor meeting last time, we got a character for Smash, a new character that was coming. So we might get a little tidbit, but yeah, they can't stay silent. That's the one thing.
For me, what I want to see is, I honestly like just confirm to me that Zelda's releasing with it. Confirm to me, I need at least a couple good games releasing with it. If it's like a rehash of Super Smash Brothers and you get the same one, go for it. You get another Mario Kart, you get, same one, just, with everything attached to it.
And new DLC probably.
Yeah, that'll work for me. But then for me, I just want to see the system on and see what the UI is like. I just want to kind of see how the system
works. I didn't even
works.
think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I want like when I have it turned on, what am I staring at? Like, I'm used to the PS4 screen right now. I'm used to my PC. I know what the Xbox One's like. What is Nintendo's UI going to be like?
Yeah, hopefully it's better than what it has been. I mean, it hasn't been bad. It's just not. There's not that plethora of options.
Yoshi UI, Yoshi cookie. So yeah, no, I'm excited. I can't wait for more. I mean, is there anything else you wanted to bring up?
At this point, they should get all the bad news out first. If they know the battery's only 3 hours, get it out now. Yeah. If they know it's a 720 display or a 900 display.
Oh, we didn't talk about that, did we?
Yeah, the rumors are 1080 on your screen, 720 or 900 on.
I believe it's gonna be 720, which don't go freaking out about numbers like that. 720 on a portable device. Yeah, you're not. I want to say it's a small screen. You're not gonna notice.
Yeah, I
want to
say the 3DS is like 400, something like that. I don't even know.
You're not gonna notice it on that side. I mean, again, this is a complete guess. I'm guessing it's somewhere in the range of like 6.5 to 8 would be my guess of what that screen size is.
Yeah, I want to say 8.
Okay,
I'm going with 8.
So even at that point, the difference between 720p and 1080p is ridiculous. You can see the difference, but you got to be staring at it. Mm-hmm. And the difference between 1080p and 720p as far as performance goes is a pretty significant hit. So you're going to save battery life. That's intelligent on their part. And I mean, if at this point, if you're going to complain about 720p and 1080p on like that small of a screen, no, don't get me wrong, it's a nice screen, but that small of a screen, you're complaining about that, you can't be helped.
Well, everybody be like, "Oh, I can do it on my phone." Your phone can't do what this thing's doing.
No.
Sorry,
Your phone doesn't have joysticks attached to it, and bumpers creatively.
Yeah, we noticed that they kind of curve, so when you turn it this way, you can use it for that. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be interesting. So it looks, I want to say it's 3/4 the size of a Wiimote.
Yeah, we again right before this video, we actually kind of were like analyzing between what we saw in the trailer with the Wii motes, and
might be a little uncomfortable. We'll see. I don't think I'll be playing much like it, but it is cool. The second you get that one controller, you can just pass it on to your wife or whatever.
I really think that though the fact that it is, because again, if you look at the Wiimote, you're talking about a D-pad. The fact that it's a joystick on there instead,
It's basically a Wiimote
really,
with a joystick.
it really helped. Well, but it also has buttons in the correct positions that we're used to.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I'm excited.
Yeah, and you just gotta keep in mind that you don't want a new, like when we talked about the NX rumors, I wanted it to just be a normal game box, like a Nintendo game box, but I realized after seeing this is exactly what I want. I don't want another.
You know what we should do, just the three of us, and we could film it if we want, but we should just go back and watch our opinions on what we want the NX to be, and then after knowing what the NS is now, like.
Yeah, maybe when it gets a little bit closer
It'd be kinda funny.
to the specs and all that stuff. Cool. So I'm excited for it. So is he. And the one cool thing is it seems like the internet's pretty positive for the most part.
Yes.
And you can totally be doubting it right now. It's fine. It's something new. I don't care. But I'm happy with it. So
yeah, I mean it's completely understandable that like people might be concerned because it's Nintendo. They haven't always made the greatest of moves recently. But we all have faith. And Kevin, I know you wanted to talk about this a little bit. You didn't leave like a piece of paper or anything on us. So if you want, just leave a comment in the video
down below. So keep it here for anything game related and fun stuff. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Until next time, toodles.